Howdy. There has happened a rather interesting quake in Holland. 3.2, 11 hours ago, 20 kilometers north of Groningen. And what is very interesting is it has a depth of about 26 kilometers. There are also user reports. Let's check them out quickly. Was a quick shaking, brief, shook my screen, bed shaking, building creaking. I was sleeping and suddenly I felt my bed shake. I think it happened around 4:15 a.m. The door of the chest of drawer was knocking. So, there has been close by another quake, a smaller one. 1.23 kilometers in depth 8 hours ago, and this was 11 hours ago. And I was zooming in there, and there is not too much to see, except as we would expect, there are water veins all over the place. Oosterhuizen! And then I just went out here to this first Rottumerplaat because it looked interesting. It has a really interesting shape. It has different colors, sediments, and very interesting. And more interesting I found when I zoomed in a little bit closer. There's a water vein drawn on this map. This might be just seawater going through there, but it might be also something else. Rottumerplaat, Holland. It is very interesting. It has very interesting features, like the straight lines and such. So many different kinds of colors. And also here is something I find interesting. So I went over to Google Earth. So that's Google Earth, Rottumerplaat. Rottumerplaat is one of the 3 islands that make up Rottum in the West Frisian Islands. The island is located in the North Sea off the Dutch coast. It is situated between the shoal Simonsand and the island Rottumerplaat. Rottumerplaat started as a shoal in 1813. Now let's go to the Wikipedia version of Google Earth. And there it started to sound very interesting. In 1959, the Boschplaat merged with Rottumerplaat. Sediment deposition has caused the island to become significantly larger in recent years. Access to the island is prohibited since Rottumerplaat is a resting and forage area for numerous bird species. Rottumerplaat is the northernmost point of the Netherlands. And I found also a paper about this, which is in Dutch. De mossen van de Groningen van den landen. But they have also some English parts in there. Summary. The mosses of the Watten Islands, Rottumerplaat, Rottumeroord en Zuiderhoorn, the Netherlands, province of Groningen. Rottumerplaat, Rottumermoog and Zuiderhoorn are 3 small barrier islands in the Dutch part of the Wadden Sea. Rottumerplaat is the largest and still becoming larger. It is relatively young and came into existence as a sandbank in the 19th century. There is an island growing. It is a growing island. Since 1950, it can be considered a true island. Rottumeroog is the oldest one. Since the 16th century, it is moving eastwards and, simultaneously, it is becoming smaller. Zuiderduin is the smallest and the youngest of the islands. Since it separated from Rottumeroog in approximately 1930, it is rapidly moving southeastwards. In 1999, an inventory was made of the bryoflora of these islands and as a part of a monetary project of the island flora. They are talking mostly about mosses and this kind of stuff. Now is the article and everything is in Dutch. Gewelder, stoeifidik. Ja. Rottumerplaat met de nabije gelegen satelliet in het zuiden en de wordt boven de gemiddelde hoogwater ongeveer 300 hectares. But I find this very interesting. Rottumerplaat is the largest and still becoming larger. So, let's have a quick look at some pictures we find here. Tiles. There has been some construction. Something has been built there once. Yeah, let's see if they have a picture from that. Yeah, this might be just water going through there from the sea in tidal waves and such things. But why is it growing? Or how is it growing? What does it mean? Except that the internet doesn't really rock at the moment. And this is, I guess, every now and then flooded with tidal waves. It dries out. Because there is like water on that island. I don't know how salty that is. Is there any fresh water on the island? I just found that. And so the investigation into this thing is still ongoing. Rottumerplaat, a growing island off the coast of Dutchland. Let's put off the pictures. And that's a growing island which has a waterway. I don't think it's drawn on this map here. No. Not really. It might even be so that it is originating here and going there, and there's another one going here. I don't know. Hard to say. But the thing is, I just think, because we have another island which has very interesting features, which is here. Hornfilskron. It has, in a way, similar appearances. And it has this feature here. Which has these features. And it has this one. Whatever that is. I couldn't find still yet anything very, very interesting about Hornfiskron. There are some papers, I think, but they are not available to me. So we just have to still guess and wait. Is there anything going on ever on these islands? Because there would be one here and the other one is down here somewhere. Do I find it? Amsterdam. Oost. Somewhere here. It has to be more in the north. Where is the northern border of Bremen? Groningen? Somewhere here. Rottumerplaat. A very interesting place. A growing island. Check it out. There's all kinds of things there. This would be a fascinating place to go around. Yeah, how? What's the hydrology? What kind of water is there? Is there any fresh water? I don't know. But a deeper quake not too far from that place, which is confirmed, obviously. I leave it here. Thanks.